Good evening and welcome back to another video. Is it here? Is it true? Do my eyes deceive me? Coinbase exchange users can buy and sell XRP starting tomorrow. Caveat. Let's read. A crypto exchange, Coinbase, is launching support for XRP, the third largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. The exchange announced Monday it will be listing XRP on its professional trading platform, Coinbase Pro, in transfer-only mode, meaning customers can only deposit tokens to begin with after a minimum of 12 hours. The company plans to activate the trading services through this timeline is variable, though the timeline is variable. Initially, Coinbase Pro customers in the US, excluding New York, as usual, the UK, some EU nations, Canada, Singapore, and Australia will be able to access XRP, with support for other jurisdictions possibly being added in the future. While no firm timeline for launching support on Coinbase retail platform, Coinbase.com, as well as its Android and iOS was given, the exchange typically launches cryptocurrencies for its non-professional users within a few weeks of launching support for Coinbase Pro. The XRP ledger is powered by a network of peer-to-peer, we know all that. Okay, so this is good news. We've been constantly feeling disappointed with Coinbase's real slow uptake on listing coins. At the moment, they have Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin. It does also have BAT and Zcash. However, depending on which jurisdiction you're in, I think in the UK, for example, we can't trade with Zcash. You can only deposit Zcash, you can only deposit BAT. The coins which we weren't asking for, they are talking about, and finally they are moving forward with XRP. Now, what often happens is they put it on Coinbase Pro, and like the article says, after a little while, it ends up on Coinbase retail side for people like you and I. I think Coinbase Pro, you need a minimum of $250,000 to invest before you can start a fund with Coinbase. So this is very good news and interesting to see what the Coinbase, what the cryptocurrency market will look like. I mean, let's have a quick look. Anyway, I believe the market is, well, not believe, we can see it has gone back up by about 4 billion over the last few hours, and XRP is up, and I possibly think that's on the back of this news, up 9%, and it pretty much has to be. Look at that chart, look at everything else on the market. Bitcoin up slightly, Ethereum moving sideways because of Constantinople, XRP straight up 10%, and that's only I can think of is this news, and this news has only come out about an hour and a half ago. So fantastic news, and let's see what happens in the next month or so. So on this basis, will Coinbase launch XRP for transfer only mode on retail in by the end of March? And that means we move into March, April, May, June time, looking very positive. And I think if they're going to do this, and it's kind of come left of field really, that they were speaking about Kin, and I think they were speaking about a few other ERC20 tokens they were going to put on their platform, and never mentioned XRP from last year. And the only way I can think of it is they can see what Binance is doing, and Binance is just rocketing like a space rocket. It's just non-stopping them at the moment, and Coinbase has lost a lot of its market share in terms of customers and people. I mean, now the fact that Binance offer the ability to buy cryptocurrency with fiat or transfer fiat into Binance now in certain areas, and also they do Euro and GBP trading now with Binance Jersey. surely Coinbase are feeling the pinch now. Before, for a long time, they were the number one, and I only used to use Coinbase because all that we were ever interested in was Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin. But the fact that Binance has over 150 different cryptocurrencies and also has pairings with XRP, obviously not many, but Bitcoin, I think Litecoin, Ethereum, loads of stable coins, whereas Binance, only recently with Coinbase you can do coin swappage, but it's such limited. You've got like 5 or 6 coins. It's just ridiculous. They can't compete. The money that Binance must turn over. In fact, I don't know if it shows it, but for example, the money flowing through Bitcoin generally is probably heavily stacked in Binance's. I don't know if it's going to show it or not. Unsurprisingly, on this it's actually BitMEX, but then I don't think Coinbase actually lists on this exchange. It's for 24-hour volume, so no fee. That's the reason why. Actually, it's a bad example because Coinbase is not even listed on this actual exchange. CoinMarketCap to see how much money they turn through their platform, but you can see my point, the fact that Coinbase versus Binance is a non-competition at the moment, but things may start changing because Coinbase platform, the app, is still very, very good. And people in the US will pretty much want XRP. And the fact that we know now pretty much XRP is not a security, it seems like we've got the go-ahead on this. So it'll be interesting tomorrow to have a look at the fund and how the fund is performing, if this is going to be done tomorrow and the 12 hours after that possibly to be able to trade on Coinbase Pro. So fantastic news. Looking forward to what happens in the next few weeks after that, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it can help push the market up. I mean, like I said, I'm not really too fussed about Coinbase themselves as a company because they've let us down on numerous occasions. However, I'm more interested in how it's going to affect the market and hopefully for the positive. And it's just another exchange with massive customer base, which is be able to buy and sell XRP. So let's wait how it happens. Let's see how it works out tomorrow with Coinbase Pro first, and see if the price of XRP goes up. It probably go up a bit more before it might settle down, only because, as usual, people will buy into the hype, and then, like they say, buy the rumor, sell the news, which is exactly probably what happened with Ethereum and why we kind of crashed almost off a cliff edge yesterday. But market's up, so that's quite good. Anyway, let's move on from that good news. So I did like this story. So multi-trillion asset management manager Fidelity takes on Bitcoin Lightning Torch. So let's get rid of that Bloomberg. So the Lightning Torch has been passed around a number of times from person to person. And I think Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, or founder of Twitter, and also CEO of Square, took it and mentioned his big love for Bitcoin and only Bitcoin, and that's all he's talking about. No Bitcoin Cash, no Bitcoin SV, or no Bitcoin Gold, so just Bitcoin. But now Fidelity, massive investment firm, asset management firm, has taken the torch. The Lightning Torch was previously passed to Jack Dorsey and numerous Bitcoin celebrities, has found its way to traditional finance sector. Fidelity Digital Assets, who are nearing completion of the crypto trading platform, took the torch during the weekend. We and our research team at Fidelity Center for Applied Technology have received the Lightning Network torch from Atwiz. Who should we pass it to? I've just passed, and this is from Wiz, I've just passed Lightning Torch to Fidelity. They're launching a new institutional Bitcoin custody service, and the Lightning Network trust worth 0.0364 is for the Lightning transaction. They add to their 2.5 trillion of assets under management. Forbes is the 17th largest. Forbes is the first. It shouldn't be Forbes. Forbes is the thing that's supposed to be Fidelity is the 17th largest American company according to Forbes, as well as one of the best employers. The company first started looking into cryptocurrency near the end of 2017, along with thousands of others, clearly. And early 2018, the launch of its digital asset wing. The Lightning Network Trust Chain experiment shows Lightning Network enables people to make microtransactions via Bitcoin. To date, the torch values at still under $1,000. It began with a bit of a joke from about hold or not. I sent 100,000 satoshis to tippin.me to the first person I chose to trust that replies to this. That person adds 10,000 satoshis and sends 110,000 to someone. Either, and this is how it all started from. And it's just being passed from person to person. I think it's over 200 times it's been passed on Twitter. But this is more than just people passing each other to each other. It was about the companies and individuals maturing the Lightning Network and building the infrastructure for small payments. Now, I didn't understand it fully at the start, and if we're going to go down the whole route of Bitcoin being gold, why do we need a Lightning Network? However, for things like Backed, Lightning Network is fundamental. If you can think back to 2017, and a lot of people doing transfers of Bitcoin back and forth, and whatever amount, people transferring maybe $1,000 or $2,000, but then they were paying something ridiculous like $30 worth of fees. And it was taking ages for the transfer, which would get you kind of sweaty under the collar. I transferred a few times in 2017 and found myself checking the ledger block explorer a number of times because I was slightly concerned that is it going to go through, what's happened, blah blah. And some of the transactions took a good couple of hours to transfer. Now imagine going into a coffee shop and then we're talking about when Bitcoin is $30,000-$40,000. You're making a coffee transaction and it's, I don't know, $2.50. You're not going to stand there for hours waiting for the transaction to go through. You need to be done instantly. You need to receive on the other side instantly, almost like XRP, almost like Stellar, which I used first time for a transfer the other day, and it was very, very quick. So something like that, XRP kind of speed or Tron speed, if not faster, where small payments like coffees, transfers, or a sandwich, or maybe paying for a movie or an Uber, transfer super quick. And they've been transferring around $150, $120 at a time. The most recent torches they've been transferring, and payments are going through quicker and quicker and quicker. And this is what the infrastructure is creating now. We are basically laying the foundations for the Lightning Network, but also the backbone of how Bitcoin for a currency will work. The biggest problem is people keep saying Bitcoin is too slow, it's too slow, it's too slow, it's too slow. But now we're going to implement Lightning, and we're going to have thousands and thousands of nodes, and I'm pretty sure a lot of companies like Fidelity and the ICE and anybody else will be setting up Lightning Network payments, and which are accepting small payments to pass through them. Then you don't have an argument of transactions, and you don't have an argument about it being a currency. Now it's a currency because you can make payments, it's instant, and you can see it straight away on the Explorer. So no waiting for waiting ages for confirmation. They come through quickly. Obviously, we haven't tested it on major big transfers like $50 million, but that will probably follow the route of a normal blockchain, whereas the small payments go down Lightning Network. So very good to see, very more positive news at the fact that Fidelity have accepted it, which means they're still fully on track for their Bitcoin custody service. And I cannot really wait to see what happens. And again, the next really 4 to 8 weeks is going to be very, very interesting as we move out of the first quarter into April. And hopefully we'll have some good news in the market. We'll also have some better stability in it. Anyway, let's move on. And I just wanted to finish with something just to be aware of as usual. Why won't crypto exchange Cryptopia come clean on how disastrous last month's hack really was? New Zealand-based cryptocurrency exchange Crypto disclosed that local police have allowed employees to return to the firm's office following its suspension of operations mid-month after a multi-million-dollar security breach. In the latest update, the cryptocurrency exchange had indicated that investigations are still ongoing. However, Cryptopia's announcement comes shortly after the police gave the crypto exchange the green light to reopen. The New Zealand Herald reported on February 13th that law enforcement had finished their main investigation per Detective Inspector Greg Merton of the High Tech Crime Group. The police had consequently okayed the resumption of normal operations. We have finished the main part of the work required by the High Tech Crime Group at Cryptopia's business premises. Although HTCG staff remain there finishing up aspects of the work, Cryptopia management have full access to the facilities and business premises, and the police investigations are not preventing the business from getting up and running. Cryptopia stays mum on losses. Even after the green light from the police, Cryptopia has been vague concerning the extent of the losses. This has left some users and investors in frustration as they're unable to access their accounts. Elementus also revealed that the exchange had not only lost Ethereum but also lost other cryptocurrencies. These included Dentacoin, Lisk, Centrality, Zap, and Pillar. The hackers allegedly moved the digital assets from Cryptopia to various other exchanges, including Binance, Huobi, KuCoin, HitBTC, and Bittrex. So my concern is I don't know if anybody has actually used Cryptopia. I had some small funds on it. I don't actually know what's happened with that amount of funds. But what can I say about Cryptopia? The website wasn't the best. The website is still down. It's been down from January the 14th. So it's been down for over a month now. I felt like when I first started Cryptopia, they were listing coins which nobody else wanted to list. I remember I was looking at, for some stupid reason, I was looking at a coin called Patcoin, and it almost felt like it was a pumping coin, and I thought I could buy into it, but luckily I never bought into it because I saw sense that it was a waste of time buying into it. But it was really Cryptopia which were the only ones which were listing it, and you could see what coins they were listing. They're sort of very bottom coins. Their security was very lax. It wasn't using 2FA, it was using a PIN number, which kind of concerned me already because all the major companies, Coinbase, Binance, HitBTC, they're all using 2FA. That was my first concern. And the other concern was just the infrastructure of the website, how basic it looked. And that didn't give me much sort of confidence in keeping other cryptocurrencies on there, and would never be my choice of cryptocurrency. And this again, I mentioned it a lot of times, goes all the way back to the beginning. Know where your money is. Know how much money you've got in there. Don't keep too much on an exchange. Keep your private keys with you so are safe, or on a ledger. But again, this is just not advice, it's just an opinion that you guys should be looking at. Again, if you are people who've got thousands and thousands and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Cryptopia, then you're going to be concerned. What's their insurance? What policy do they have? They're based in New Zealand. What's the local government's policy? Are you protected? How long is it going to be closed for? How can you get in contact with Cryptopia? Are they going to respond to your emails? All these questions need to be asked about your money. Whereas if you've got your own private keys or got a ledger, you're the boss. You don't need to worry about sending any emails off. You keep your stuff safe, keep them offline, keep your private keys offline, and you've got no issues. Now the problem is people can't get to their funds. They may need to get to them. Cryptopia not giving any information out at the moment. The website still has got the same sort of statement or disclaimer on their website. It's open or not open. They've got their keys back from the police, but they need to set it up again and see how much they've lost. I think one of the biggest issues was that somebody was still in the system when the first hack happened, and they were still stealing more Ethereum. We don't know how much they've lost. It could be millions, it could be tens of millions. We don't even know if this can bankrupt Cryptopia. So I don't want to necessarily end on a bad note, but I just want to inform everybody again about going back to January's event, keeping your keys, keep your cryptocurrency safe, know where it is, take control of your money, only keep minimal amounts. I'll keep saying this, and I'll keep saying I'll get more and more. I'll keep saying this when the price of Bitcoin is 100,000 and Ethereum is at 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. XRP is at like 10, 15, $20. Keep your money safe. What you may have now, maybe only a few $100, but in the future it may be worth tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. So keep them safe. Know your money is, and stay safe out there. So anyway, I'll leave it there. Some great news from XRP, some good news from Fidelity. Markets up again, but just remember, all of this comes at a cost, and sometimes just keep your currency safe. Anyway, please like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.